We listen, we don't judge, and we say what your friends won't.
Welcome to Girl Club, where nothing is off limits.
Hello, guys. We have Girl Club today. One of our favorite, episodes to always record as we get you guys involved.
So keen. But firstly, the updates.
Honestly, not that much has happened.
Not really, no.
Yeah.
I have a few.
Okay, you go first.
First things first, you guys would have just heard first episode of the Skin series, which was me. So I hope you loved it. Next week you'll be hearing from, this week you'll be hearing from Sophie Jane Miller. So I hope you're loving that. Secondly, Galentine's event is this weekend.
Yes, it is.
Which is crazy. So if you're not planning on coming, change your plans and come. Someone did DM us saying, is it worth like pushing my plans back with my partner? Yeah, it is.
Well, mainly because, it's only from 5:15 to 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You've got the whole entire day with your partner.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, push those plans back and come hang out with us and swim with us and just vibe. It's 5:15 till 7, meeting at Nobby's Beach, like where Biscuit and Hustle used to be. Oxyshow will be there.
Yep.
It's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a great time.
And we're manifesting a great sunrise.
Yeah, surely. It's going to be a good sunrise.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
So that's that.
Yeah.
Third event update, Sydney. We are going to be in Sydney. I forgot the date. March
the
2nd.
3rd.
Well, yeah, the 3rd of March. We will be doing a community walk, probably sunrise community walk.
On the Tuesday morning.
More details to come, but block it off.
Yeah.
Tuesday morning. Most likely either Bronte or Bondi Beach.
It's always going to be early as well. If you work, we're not doing it at 9 a.m. We're doing it at sunrise type vibes.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to come.
I think I looked at it yesterday. Sunrise in Sydney is about 6 a.m.
Oh, stunning.
So Bondi Bronte is kind of the middle ground between Cronulla or Manly.
Yeah.
So I'm it's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
So block that out. We have not done a Sydney community walk.
We haven't. I'm really excited.
You guys have been busting our balls for it. And we're finally making it happen.
Yeah.
So very, very keen about that. Personal updates.
That's where you can go first.
Okay. Don't know how to word this. Not thriving, but not just surviving.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Very much just going through the motions. Not much has changed really. I've been struggling in the morning with snoozing my alarm feels so flat in the morning. I feel sad, but I don't know what I'm sad about.
Interesting.
But I'm not sad. I don't know.
I think it's just your hormones right now. You're just getting pumped with so many different hormones that you're not used to, and your body's just going through such a drastic change. It's it makes sense that you don't really feel like yourself and you can't really pinpoint it.
Yeah. I'm currently halfway today, so I'm 20 weeks today.
20
which
weeks?
Is crazy.
Oh my God.
So I have my 20-week scan in a couple of days, which I'm very excited. I haven't seen him since, the 12-week scan.
And that's the last big scan.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I know. I don't like it, but it's fine. I'm just so excited to see him, hear the heartbeat. I'm actually seeing my midwife today, so I'll hear his heartbeat today. But yeah, I just think I am really missing the momentum of life and just being able to have the same routine and training. I just have to wake up and be okay, how do I feel today? Can I train? Can I not? I'm trying to currently focus on, I kind of set my Feb goals. I'm trying to do 2 gym a week and 1 Pilates.
Yeah.
So I've started the Kick pregnancy friendly lift program. Yeah. Which loving, done the first week, feels great. And I've just set it as 2 days a week because I'm that's realistic to achieve, and then 1 Pilates.
Perfect.
So that's feeling good. And then I just set a few goals of this month. I want to make sure I have 2 baths, hopefully more, but just self-care things. Would love to go on a bike ride.
Yeah.
And
do you still have your bike?
I do.
Oh.
Yeah, I haven't used it.
Yeah.
Probably need to pump my tires and wipe the cobwebs, but I definitely want to do that. Sunset is just so nice.
It is.
So want to do that. And then something else I want to start implementing, hopefully weekly or fortnightly, is a breathwork class at the Breath House. Been wanting to go for so long, and I remember I did it in LA a couple years back, and I'm just it was so nice. And I think just you do have to be careful with breath work being pregnant, but obviously I'm going to do it within my means, but just to kind of go a little bit deeper. And like, I feel so excited to enter motherhood. And like, you guys know I wanted to be a mum forever. And I just feel like I'm more excited than ever to just be in that newborn phase, and seeing anyone that I follow, like Avalon, Kylie, like anyone that's in that newborn phase, I'm just like, oh, like I cannot wait. I'm really feeling like I'm starting to want to like nest.
Okay.
And like get all this shit out of my house, meaning the podcast, the desk, everything, so I can set up his nursery and just like get the house ready.
Yeah.
Obviously I've got time, but just like slowly make those changes.
Yeah.
Which just feels nice. Taylor and I spent probably 5 or 6 hours on Saturday.
That's
doing
crazy.
a whole Notion board of like hospital bag packing, nursery wish list, newborn essentials. Like we were watching all of Sarah's Days videos. And I feel like she's kind of the only Aussie that's done it really well, of like newborn essential vlogs, hospital bag. Like,
I'm sure there's going to be heaps of others, but like that we don't really know.
And I just like, they were so hard to watch anyone else, whereas hers were like straight to the point. We were like rewinding because it was fast, and like, I don't know, it was just really good. So hopefully I can do a bit of that. But I found a couple of Americans like nesting vlogs and stuff, and it's really nice to watch. But yeah, just kind of like literally take it day by day. Like every day is different, and I'm like, that's okay. I've surrendered to this season of peace and like slowness, which I probably never have had.
Well, it was literally your word for this year as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like really just anchor into that, which like feels good. And like, I'm not really feeling guilty for resting. And like, I've never felt that before. So I'm like, that's nice. But then I think I just miss the momentum of like, moving.
You just miss feeling yourself.
Yeah.
Like more than anything. It's so good though. You have people that can relate to you as well. You can talk to, like Taylor and Riz. Like, oh my God, imagine if you didn't. Like, it's just helped you so much.
Yeah. So that's been good. But other than that, really restful weekend, trying to like be consistent, 2 vlogs a week, focus on that, and then focus on the pod. But other than that, it's just like cruising, to be honest.
Nice. I love it. Well, I feel like I don't have many updates since we last spoke. I still have my son, obviously. I'd hope I still have him. So he's going through a shark gremlin stage already. Not sure how long it's going to last. So they normally say really cute up until 10 weeks. He's hit 10 weeks. He's about to be 11. And then from 12 weeks till 36 months, they turn into a T-Rex. And I can feel that. And then also Kay decided to go to Japan for 10 days while I have the newborn son. So there's just been a lot happening. Obviously he had Japan planned ages before, and like literally so fun. He's living his best life, and it makes me so happy to see him happy and doing all of the things. But it is so full on. I literally called my mum the other day. Now, take this with a grain of salt. This is not happening, but it's just like metaphorically. If I was in a really bad marriage and I had kids, I reckon I would stay just for the extra hands. I don't think I could be a single mum. I don't think I could do it. Yeah. And I really think that's why I think that's why a lot of people do stay in relationships, because it's just easier to do with someone, and they'd rather be unhappy with that person and just almost, that's so bad to say, but I'm just like, fuck me, it's so hard. Because like you're constantly worrying about like, what's he doing now? And like obviously a newborn is like laying there, right? Like it's hard in a different aspect. But this dog chews everything. My eyes have to be on him 24/7. He's running from left, chewing on the table, running from right. I don't know, he got some sort of like brick that he's carrying around the freaking house, and then he's eating a wire. We've nearly gone through 2 cords already, and I'm like, how? I've already watched you the whole time. Then I put him in his cage and he starts biting. I have multiple cuts on my hand from bleeding, and then he thinks it's a game, and I'm like, oh, I just know that this is like a staffy phase, and they all go through it. When he's sleeping, cutest dog in the world, love him so much, but holy shit, I can't wait for Kate to come home.
You're like, hey, I'm actually going to leave for a week. Good luck with him.
Literally, my family gets here tomorrow. Yeah. I'm so excited for them to come, just for like, then I can go work and actually concentrate. Like right now when I'm trying to put him to sleep, I literally sounds like a baby. I'm trying to put him to sleep when I'm on calls, but then when he wakes up, I'm off a call, but I'm like, oh, but I have all my other work to do. I'm like, fuck me, but it's all right. We're going to get done. I love him.
It's just the energy that they have.
That's like, what it is. And like the problem is they say that dogs really feel your energy. And when he gets hyper, I get hyper in terms of stress and reactive and all of those things. Like, boss said no, stop it, and kick my feet. Yeah, he thinks it's a game, obviously, Lily, but like, what else are you meant to do? So anyways, there's that. Love him dearly.
It's a good prep for motherhood.
Yeah. And hopefully it's like setting my expectations up here. So then when I have a newborn, I'm like, oh, piece of piss. Like, this is easy scenes.
We'll see.
We'll see. So there's that. I'm not complaining about him, by the way, guys. I'm just saying that it is really hard. Honestly, that was about, I did say to Tori before, I think my brain's not working. I don't know what it is, but like I literally want to chat GBT. Does prep or bodybuilding have long-term effects on your brain? Because I swear it feels cloudy constantly at the moment. And I'm like,
I still feel like you're in that like phase of getting back to normal. Like you're still waiting for your cycle to come back.
Yeah.
Like it's still, your hormones are still fluctuating because that's not set back in. And I feel like once that does, it'll probably level out again.
Yeah, I really hope so.
But you're still, I guess, coming out of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, I'm 9 weeks now. I know, but I was in such a long prep. But I'm like, this brain needs to like switch on because we've got things to do. Like concentration, fine. Like it's just my intelligence feels like it's not where it should be. But hopefully that'll come with my cycle and things. Everything else is going well. Like physically feeling great. I think there's a lot of signs of my cycle coming back. Strength in the gym's coming back. I'm feeling a lot more motivated for training again, which is great. I started a new block, which definitely always helps. So business is going well. Just everything's going good. Just have a crazy child. That's about it.
Fun times. All right. Well, let's get into some questions.
Let's do it.
Okay. First up, how do you get over insecurity of comparing to a past ex of your boyfriend? So say like Kate's ex-girlfriend.
Like
comparing yourself to them.
Interesting. Okay. I have a hot take here.
Okay.
I think if your partner isn't making you feel loved and that you're beautiful and all of those things, I think that is where the comparison will come in.
Yeah.
If they're making you feel extremely secure, they're like, you are literally my whole entire world, I think that you don't really have those thoughts come in. Because for example, like my ex, I always compared to people that he like had previously seen or like all of that. And I'm like, hey, what do they have that I don't have? Why is he talking to her, not talking to me? Whereas now I'm in such a like healthy relationship that I never really ever think about his ex ever.
Yeah. No, I can't really. The only thing I could say is like, I've never compared to Jackson's ex because we're like chalk and cheese, like the completely opposite people. But I always initially, early days when I was very not confident in myself, it was comparing to be like, well, you're a PT of all these hot girls. Like, why wouldn't you choose them over me? Because I'm like got acne and I'm overweight and like all these things. Mine was comparison to like, why would you choose me kind of thing. But yeah, I don't really have experience in comparing to exes, but I do agree in what you're saying. If like you're not feeling loved from the partner, then that's going to play a huge role. Or if you're not confident in yourself.
That's a huge piece too, is if you don't feel confident in who you are as a person, I think that can really play an effect on your relationship as well, because you're almost constantly saying to them like, why are you choosing me? Why are you choosing me? Like you shouldn't. Like I think if you constantly say that to someone, they're almost going to start to believe, they're like, oh yeah, why did I choose that person? Like they chose you for a reason. Trust that they are loving you as well. Like try so hard to not get caught up in all like the nitty gritty behind the scenes things, because end of the day, they broke up with them for a reason and they're with you for a reason. So there's no point comparing your past to where you are now when they literally have decided they no longer want to be with that person anymore. And maybe their morals and their values have changed and they love you for you. So focus on that.
Yeah, period.
All right. I have recently decided to challenge myself and train for high rocks. Running has got me worried, however. I've never been a strong runner, mainly due to my mindset that I struggle with. Thinking I need to constantly stop, I can't run any further, and it's causing a lot of self-doubt and has me thinking I'll never be able to run very well. Do you have any tips?
Look, I get it.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
I really get it because like same sis, not a runner. And I also think what you're telling yourself is the reason that you're struggling, because you're constantly saying, I can't run that far. I'm not fit enough, whatever you're telling yourself and the stories that you're coming up with are the reason that you're stopping. So I think, I don't know what's got into me, but like I want to run at the moment. And I think Sarah's day she's on her running era. Yeah. And I'm just like, I would love to run and just sweat a little, but that's for postpartum. But I just think a lot of everything, but running specifically is so much mindset because running is low-key boring. You're literally just running straight. There's no like, you're not stopping and doing 50 burpees and then like doing that, or you're not running for a ball or like anything like that. It's literally just being like, we are trekking it and that's it. Yeah. So I think the biggest thing you're going to have to work on is your mindset. And when you're getting to those points in your run of like, I can't run further, you have to challenge your mind more than your body.
Your mind is so much more powerful than you think. And your mind will also, though, give up before your body does. Majority of the times we can push 10 million times harder than we believe we can, but our mind is the very, very first thing that's going to give up. What I'm going to recommend to you is slow down your pace first and foremost. Don't run as fast to begin with, because you might think that, oh my gosh, like I'm already dead after a kilometer. Literally do like a very, very fast walk to begin with. Slowly ease yourself into it and then build from there. Just because social media at the moment is like flooded with high rocks and running, it's almost like our perception is almost like warped. We believe that a casual like run is 10Ks. We believe that we have to be running a 5-minute pace. Like run a 7:30 pace if you want to begin with, right? Like start slow and build up and focus on you. But again, your mindset is going to be the most powerful thing here. And if you constantly tell yourself you can't do something, there's no way you can do it. If you tell yourself you can, even if you're dying, just like, okay, get to that next pole. Oh my God, I got to the next pole. Okay, just get to that tree. Just do small little goals throughout your running. And I promise it will get easier. It won't get easier if you give up.
And I think like find the language that works for you. So like sometimes when I was running, this is so rogue, but I'd be like, don't be a bitch. Like you can keep going. Like don't give up. Yeah. Like some people have to be really hard on themselves. Some people need to be really nice to themselves. Some people need those little, get to that pole, get to that mark, get to that finish line. Like figure out the language that works for you and then challenge that and push yourself. All right. Question number 3. Struggling with my friends group. They like to drink and party and not much else. They make me feel like I'm too much or boring for choosing a healthier lifestyle. Tried to make new friends through sport and local groups, but haven't had much luck. I am craving like-minded girls who love sport, running, growth, and uplifting each other. I'll be spending a month in Brisbane and plan to join a rod club. Do I really need to move cities or countries to find aligned friends, or what am I doing wrong?
I really wish I knew where this girl was based because I feel
it's
like
getting Melbourne.
Yeah. But if you're in like a small country town and things like that, then obviously alcohol tends to be the center of it. Same as like social occasions. And it is a lot harder to find those friendship groups when you're not necessarily in a state like the Gold Coast or the Brisbane, or like a place that it is very prominent in terms of that lifestyle. However, you don't have to move to create new friendships and things like that. It's more so from the fact though that like what lifestyle you want, right? So you could definitely make new friends, but it depends on like where you are based, because Brisbane and Gold Coast are going to be the best places for that. Even Sydney, honestly. Now, it's so hard when your friends say like you're boring or why aren't you drinking, and they question everything to do with you, but just stay strong in who you are, because you know what makes you feel good at the end of the day. And if you constantly cave into drinking, every day you wake up and you're like, why did I drink? I feel shit. So then you've got 3 days of trying to recover, negative self-talk, just to make your friend happy for 2 hours on a Saturday night. Like focus on the delayed gratification that you're going to feel rather than that instant dopamine hit right then and there.
And like it's definitely not a question of what are you doing wrong, because like you're actually doing all the right things in choosing that healthier lifestyle, and those friends unfortunately just don't align with that. But that's probably going to mean you will need to probably start distancing yourself from them, and you're doing the right things in like looking for new friendships and things like that. It doesn't just happen overnight. Like it's not going to be tomorrow you meet your best friend ever. But it's going to be you putting all these things first, because you're not going to go out and meet new friends at a bar with these current friends. Yeah. It's going to be you going to a gym class, this run club in Brisbane. You never know. You might meet someone who's from where you're from. Yeah. So it's just like you're doing all the right things and you need to keep focusing on that. And I think people really underestimate social media.
I was going to say, yeah.
And how many people you can meet through that. I think a lot of people are just scared to like DM someone and be like, hey, do you want to go for a walk? Or maybe even like go onto that Brisbane run club, see like who they're tagged, maybe see their stories of like anyone that you like the look of, or you're just like, oh, she looks like a vibe. I'm going to DM her and be like, hey, I'm coming to this run club. Like, can we meet up or something for a coffee? Or if there's someone in your hometown that you followed for a while and you're like, oh, would they seem like my kind of vibe? Reach out to them and just be like, hey, hope you're well. Like, would love to grab a coffee if you have time.
Yeah.
I think it's just really people are scared. Again, I mentioned this in Emily's episode, but of rejection. And you don't know unless you ask.
Literally treat it like a date. You know, when you like message that guy on social media who you kind of looks cute, you know you'd get along with, and you're like, hey, do you want to catch up for a walk? Like, treat it the exact same, right? Like, you're going to have the same outcome. They're either going to say no, not reply, or yes, let's go. You end up dating them. You end up being best friends with them, right? Like, almost treat it like that, because you can't just do nothing and expect friends to come into your life. Exactly the same as like a partner in a relationship. You have to put yourself out there. You have to form new connections. You're not doing anything wrong, but I think this run club will honestly be the best place for you. Even like breathwork events, like I think they would have them in Brisbane. Like Call to Be Conscious are really popular for meeting friendship groups.
Well, they even like travel around all this and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So keep putting yourself out there, and just because it's the first no, or like you haven't found friends in the past month, doesn't mean that you're not going to. I listened to a podcast yesterday, and it was basically like, if you knew that, it's kind of like a different analogy, but if you knew that on your 1,000th time of posting the exact same thing, that 1,000th time would go viral, you would not care about the first 1,000 or first 100. You'd be like, post whatever 0 likes, post whatever 1 like, because I know that on the 1,000th one, I'm going to go viral. It's exact same with making friends, right? Okay, didn't work. Not a friend, good friendship group. That kind of dwindled out. Maybe on your 50th time, you make your best friend, right? So just keep going and keep trying, because if you stop and you keep falling back into your old friendship group, then you're never actually going to find those like-minded people.
Period.
Yeah. All right. I recently moved from a public school to a private school. I loved my old school because my friends were there and it was really close to home and I had great teachers. However, my parents moved me for a better learning opportunity, and now to the new school, it's over an hour away. I miss my old friends and I'm unhappy, and I've lost so much motivation to eat well, exercise, and take care of myself. I want to know how to get my motivation and spark back.
It's very much going to be doing those little things first. It's going to be making sure you're getting out for a walk in the morning, your space is tidy, you're eating the right foods and nourishing your body to then feel good mentally, physically, emotionally. It's going to be all these little things that are going to add up to that overall spark of getting it back. It's not going to be like tomorrow you wake up and all of a sudden the spark is back. It's going to be, what brings me my spark and how can I implement all of those things to make me feel good?
I also don't think that you can't be friends with your old friends. Like, you can still be friends with them. Like, just because you're at school and you're not with them every single day doesn't make you like they're completely banished from your life. Like, you're obviously like, they're only an hour away, and I know that can seem like a very far trek, but catch up with them on the weekends, message them on social media. Like, you can still stay involved in their life, and hopefully that can bring you happiness if like you really enjoy that friendship group, which is amazing. But also try to not be closed off to making new friends. I think that can be very common when you have such a good friendship group and you're like, oh my God, but I miss my old friends. I love my friends. Like, no one else is very similar. You become closed-minded and you don't allow for new relationships to come into your life. Like, actually just try to be a little bit more open. And if someone is there at school also sitting alone, go up to them, maybe, I don't know, make a conversation very similar to what we said before with just putting yourself out there. Be open to making new friends and see what can come with it. But yeah, you don't need to just not be friends with the old ones just because you are at a new school. Like Tori said too, focus on the things that make you happy, the small things. Like, I know it can feel really hard when you are a little bit more unhappy, but going for a 10-minute walk in the morning, putting on your favorite music or a good podcast can literally increase the serotonin levels and bring happiness throughout the day. So if you start your day on a good note, that can put a positive vibe, like set in stone for the rest of the day. If you're just waking up, eating some toast and getting in the car and driving an hour to school, of course you're going to feel shit. Like, you're literally just school repeat. And I remember the best times of my life was when I didn't just like wake up, go to school, go to sleep. Like, it was always, I had sport after school and I don't know, went to the gym or I met up with a friend and we did other things rather than just specifically school every single day. So try to focus on other things as well.
100%. And I think also being in school and just friends in general is so hard.
Yeah.
But it's like make time for those old friends from your other school, whether that be on the weekends catching up, or if they're living close by, see them before school and then go to school, and also make the effort to text them and communicate them throughout the week if that you can't see them, during the school week. But also give these new friends and new people the benefit of the doubt as well, because it is just like a scary environment starting at a new school, because it's just a bit daunting and everyone's already got their friendship groups, but you might make some really good friends.
Yeah, you might.
Okay, number 5. I've been with my partner for 6 years, lived together, but starting to feel our values and morals don't align. I've grown so much with fitness and mindset. I feel like he hasn't, and almost like the relationship is holding me back. The hardest part is the logistics to leave. The lease, the roommates, and him being mid-apprenticeship. I feel ready but overwhelmed. Would love your advice on navigating a breakup with someone you live with.
Can I be so honest with you? Those logistics aren't difficult at all.
No.
Like, all you're thinking about right now is him. Break the lease, move out. That's not that hard. That's just like literally very simple steps into actually having a better life. You don't have kids, you don't have a family, and something I constantly reminded myself was you can either get out now and think it's really difficult, or you're going to be not locked in, but like in 5 years, it's going to be even harder when there's a proposal, because that's just the evolution of life. When you have kids, when you have a dog together, shared bank accounts, like it's just going to get harder and harder and harder. And if you leave it too late, you're just going to keep telling yourself these excuses. Breaking lease, not that hard. His apprenticeship, why that should not impact your life. That is on him.
It's literally everything you've written here is like, oh, but I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him for this. Why are you not feeling bad for yourself? Because you're the one feeling like this. Like you're feeling held back. I definitely think having a conversation with him and being like, hey, I've grown so much, focus on this. I don't feel like you're matching me, and I just don't feel like we align. Is what I'm doing in interest of you? Like, do you feel like you're going to go down that path, or are we just like growing into different people? And that is so fine if you are. My ex and I grew in completely different directions, and that is okay. It happens. Like we were talking about the other day, like how many marriages my mum and my dad have been through, because they just grow apart from, he did go far as having kids and a marriage and all the things, but you can just grow apart from people. But like Lil said, like you're in the easiest place right now to leave. Like the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. Start putting yourself first.
It's terrifying as well when your relationship is good. Like it sounds like there's no true issue.
Yeah.
And that is the hardest time to leave, because you probably still love him at heart, but
it'll probably grow into an issue though, if you're already feeling like
and resentment.
Yeah.
And it starts small and it just compounds and gets bigger and bigger, and you never want to look back on your life and regret staying with someone for too long. Like you want to be able to live your life, especially it sounds like you're in your early 20s, and actually go enjoy all of those things and go traveling and meeting new people and forming new connections, especially while you can. So unfortunately for this one, I'm going to say leave, break up, and it's going to be probably the hardest like breakup of your life, but it's going to form into something more incredible than you could ever imagine.
Put yourself first, sister.
Yeah. All right. I'm originally from Switzerland and grew up very close to my family with my aunts and godmother. When I was 6 years old, my mum moved to Australia to try to get back with my dad because he lived there. And although we went back to Switzerland every single year, their goodbyes never got easier. After finishing my degree and grad year in Australia, I moved back to Switzerland for 1 year, and now I've been there for 6 months. I love being here with my family and my new job, but I do have a loving boyfriend and friends back home in Australia supporting me as much as they can. We've been doing distance and they've been extremely loyal through that time. The thought of leaving my family breaks my heart, but the thought of a life without him, it terrifies me. I'm so torn between both worlds and don't know what to do. What should I do?
I remember reading this question and putting it into our notes and thinking of my answer, and then I saw something this morning that really relates to this.
Oh.
Some of you may or may not know Morgan Rose Moroney.
Yes.
She is Brisbane or Queensland girly. She grew up gymnast. She now dates Steve Cook, big bodybuilder, Gymshark man. And they now basically have 2 lives. So he grew up and is born, raised in America. That's where all his family is. She was born, raised, grew up in Australia. They basically live between the both of the countries, and they also now have their baby girl. And she posted something this morning saying, leaving home to go home, leaving family to see family, missing one place as I arrive in the other. Doing it all as a mum, packing suitcases, holding little hands, and guiding my baby between two worlds that are both hers.
Wow.
And it's like,
wow.
Yeah, very.
I just got goosebumps for some reason.
Very much related to your situation. Excuse me. But I think very much when I was reading this question, I was like, you don't have to choose. Like, yes, it's going to be hard, but you get to enjoy both parts of those lives. And I think, you know, our friend Hannah, she's got family in America, but also like Emily, she's got family in England, but her life and her friends and everything is here in Australia. And I think you get to have the best of both worlds. And I know that comes with obviously expenses and money to travel, but you seem like you have a partner here and friends here that you love and a job, I think she said. And I feel like you get to have that, but you also get to go back and see family. And even if, I don't know how old you are, did she say? No. I don't know how old you are, but like, even if you can do that for as long as you can, and then potentially when you and this partner decide to get married, it's like, okay, we're going to do 6 months here, 6 months there, or 8 months here, 4 months over there. Like, it gets to be a decision that you guys get to make, but I don't think you have to make a decision and call it now because you feel like you have to choose one place or the other.
Yeah. Something, you worded that really well. And something I kind of want to say is your friends can also be your family. And it also gets to a point where it sounds like you're still pretty fresh with this partner, but your partner becomes your family as well. And your family is always going to be there through like the hard times, the good times. And I know that it's so hard because they obviously don't last forever, which is so morbid and so sad. But you also have to create a life for yourself that you want to live. And you can't just be held back by your family. And I know that they're not, and that you feel so supported in both areas of your life. And it sounds like you also really enjoy Switzerland because you said you love the nature and things like that. Like Tori said, you get to have the best of both worlds. But if you had to choose like one specific location to be with for a while, I would honestly say if you see a future with your partner, go that way. But if you don't feel as connected to your partner, go to Switzerland, start building your life there, right? So it's just kind of like sit back and think what truly makes you the happiest, what life do you want to build in the long run? And then if you want to stay with your partner and you want to be back in Australia, literally just travel there every single year. Go visit that family and maybe even get them to come here at some point and you get to build your life in both locations. But like Tori said, you don't have to choose one or the other. Like my family's in Melbourne. I see them like, I'm very lucky. It's obviously 2-hour flights, completely different, but I see them every few months and like for a week or so, I'm like, oh my gosh, amazing, cool. That's the perk of FaceTime and messaging and all of those things. Like I feel constantly connected with them, even if I'm not there in their presence.
Yeah. You could just give yourself 6 months, a year, 2 years to just go back and forth and then see what ends up happening. But yeah, I don't think you have to put a time frame on it.
Yeah.
Okay, last question before we go into some voice notes. I've been with my boyfriend for 5 years and lived together for 3. We want the same future with marriage and kids, but the timing feels off. He's 31 and says kids one day, but he's scared of change and doesn't feel ready yet. I don't feel like I have unlimited time and want to enjoy being engaged and married without the pressure of rushing into things and having babies. I feel stuck waiting for him to be ready, even though we've communicated this openly. How do I move things forward without pressuring him, or do I need to be patient?
How old is she?
She didn't say. I know. I do think, honestly, so good that you've already had this open conversation, but I also don't think you need to, how do I word this? I don't think you need to be patient, but I don't think you need to pressure him. I think as a team, as a partnership, as a couple, there needs to be sacrifice from both ends. So maybe he wants kids in 5 years, you want kids now. Okay, 2 years feels clean. Like you're going to have to come to a compromise and meet in the middle, because that is at the end of the day what a partnership is. You're not going to always want the same things all the time. Jackson and I were like, I wanted kids at friggin' 12. But like obviously we had planned kind of for 2 more years and we're ready for that, but it's happened now. And I do think the men are, well, not all men, but from my experience, like they're going to be ready later than the female. But even Jackson now, he's like, nothing is changing for him. He's like, obviously I'm excited, but I don't think it'll feel real until our baby is born and we're in the hospital.
And then it's almost though like the first few months, it's all about the mom. Like the dad's kind of like, can I change a nappy?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just going to go up to work again. Like, I think it's almost having that conversation with him as well. It's like a lot of the time people think their life changes so much when they have a child. And yes, it obviously does. You're thinking about the third person. But my cousin had a baby and she was like, now, to be fair, she had a really easy baby, so that's completely different. But she was like, I could have had this thing years ago. She was like, I didn't realize, like, I thought my whole life has changed. She was like, I do the exact same things. Like, my life has not changed at all. He's just fit right on in. So the compromise does have to come into play. But if you're like 30 and you're like, I'm starting to kind of get into later years, it's something that you do have to kind of like constantly bring up, and almost maybe he doesn't really think it's as much of a big issue as you do as well. So like sometimes, especially as females, we bring a topic up and we're like, oh, like I would love to have kids now. And they're like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Okay. Like that's not a conversation.
But that was like Jackson and I, like we'd be talking about it and he's like, yeah, kids in 10 years, kids in 5 years. And I'm like, you saying that literally breaks my heart because I'm not waiting 10 years. Like that is a flat out like a deal breaker for me. And he would just say it and kind of brush it off because he didn't really have a timeline, or for him, like it was never going to be the right time because he wanted a certain amount of money in our bank account and like all these things where it's like this baby has fell into our lap and like we're going to make it happen regardless. But I think, you've had that open conversation, but it's going to probably be a lot more open conversations with that. But like I said, there will have to be compromise in where you go and what you do with it, because that's just life and that's relationships.
Yep. All right.
Okay, we have 3 voices, which I'm really excited about.
I don't know what they're going to say.
I know. These ones are fun because, like, I literally do not know what you're going to say. Okay. Voice message. Here we go. Volume up. Oh, I'm scared it says Judy.
No, if it is.
Oh, I think it is. Well, the first one I clicked on is, do you want to listen to it or no?
Yeah, just play it.
Okay.
Guys, Judy's my mum, and I swear sometimes just like, let's not.
I'm scared it goes for 33 seconds.
It's going to be about kids, I bet you.
Okay.
So, my 3 girls are not yet engaged, but 2 of them, the middle one and the younger one, will have their sisters as their bridesmaids. However, my eldest has said she will not have her sisters, and this has caused a major upset with my youngest. What do you think? Do you think you should have your sisters as your bridesmaids?
That's a good question.
Okay, to be fair, Mum, I thought this was going to be rogue, but that is a very good question.
Yeah, I think that's a great question.
Wow. Okay, so for context, I have 2 younger sisters, all 2 years apart. So like I'm 26, 24, and 22, 21 or something like that. Now, I've said that I don't want my sisters in my bridal party. I don't know if that is controversy or whatever, but I don't know. I've never really thought of it. Just like when anyone asks me like, who do you want in your bride's party? It's always gone to like friends. And I'm like, if I already have 2 of them, that means I can only have like another 2 up there, because I'm probably just going to have 4 bridesmaids. Like that's kind of like the number that I like. And I'm like, but I have more than 2 other people. So I never say never in terms of like, who knows what's going to happen when I want that, and maybe it might feel right. But I think the thing is, the youngest one, I don't think she has and understands weddings yet. She's never really been to any weddings, so she doesn't think that, like, she thinks she's not involved at all. I'm like, you still get ready with me. You still come to the hens. You still do everything. You're just not holding the flowers up on the stand next to me. I'm like, then I might do something else. I might get you to still walk it down the aisle and things like that.
I was going to say, yeah, you could still have them involved in the wedding, but it's like they'll be there for everything.
Yes.
Potentially, other than walking down the aisle and standing next to you as you do your vows and say yes. But somehow they could still be involved in that. And I think it probably is controversy because people have their strong opinions, but at the end of the day, your wedding day is your wedding day.
Exactly.
And you can choose whatever the hell you want for that day. And it's a day that hopefully you only get once, and you get to just have the most amazing, perfect day exactly as you want it. But yeah, and like maybe your sisters have those morals of like, no, like my sisters should be next to me on the day. And like you guys are close. Yeah. But it's also like potentially they might grow up in a few more years and go, actually, I've got 4 best friends that I want next to me, and Lily can do something else. Yeah. Or she can sit in the front row and
that's what I've said. Like, you're still involved. Everyone knows you're my sister. Like, I'm just not like, in the nicest way possible. I have a very close relationship with my sisters, my family, all get along very, very well. But I'm like, you also don't know the ins and outs of my past relationships, of my relationship with Cade, like my friends do and supported me throughout the years. Like, I'm not calling my sister but crying, being like, I need help with this. I'm calling you. I'm calling my other friend. So personally, that's who I want up there.
Potentially they don't have that relationship yet.
Yes.
Like the relationship that we do in our group, potentially they haven't landed in that yet. And when they do, things might change.
There we go. So Ella and Holly, I love you both dearly.
I love you too. Maybe you can be my brother one.
Very much. You will be at the front. You will be getting ready with me on the day. I still want you to walk down the aisle. You're just not going to be in a matching dress up on the stage.
And like they're probably still going to be with us like the night before, like
exactly.
when we all sleep together.
Everything you're with me, just not holding the flowers.
I love it. That was a great question.
Yeah, that was actually a very, very good question.
Okay, here we go. This goes for 1:30.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I am looking for some advice. I'm 20 and I've been with my partner for 1.5 years. He's like my dream person. We get along so well. He's my best friend. We like have so much fun. And it's like he's best. And this year we were planning on moving in together, but we have been kind of hit a speed bump because I've been offered an opportunity to work overseas for just under a year. Now, me being 20, him being 25, I really want to do it and I'm going to do it. I've already signed the contract. I'm doing it regardless because I know that I need to prioritize like my youth and like living my dream. However, this year we were planning on moving in together and really like starting our life together, like getting a dog, like living together, like all that stuff. So he's 25 and he's like, yep, I'm ready to like live that life with you. And I'm like, I would love to live that. That's like literally a dream to live like that with you. But I'm 20 and I can't not live overseas. And I just know that in his core, he just like wants that so badly. And I'm like, we can just hold off for like a couple of years. But like, if I'm moving overseas, like I don't have a return flight. So do I break it off now and like, you know, make it like less painful, but like I love him so much and I don't want to end things if it doesn't have to end. You know what I mean? Like we get along so well and I love him so much, but I fear that if I do what he wants me to do, I'm kind of like cutting my youth short. Obviously, I'm going to go overseas, but just like, do I end things now or do I wait for things to fizzle out because of long distance?
Firstly, good on you for like signing that contract and being like, I am doing this.
It's not even up for discussion.
Yeah.
It's not like, what do you think I should do? You're like, oh, I've already done it. But like,
So it's like, you've made the decision, that's happening. Now, how do we navigate this? Which, perfect, so proud. Absolute slay that you're going to live overseas. Would love to know where. Yeah. And what job it is. Yeah. So if you just want to DM us, there we go. But I definitely think if you're very much, you know, still in love with him and you're very happy, I don't think you need to end it because unless like he is in a different position. But I think if you're both like, okay, if he's come to terms with this decision that you're going to move overseas, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. If he's like, you're not booked a return flight, like I don't see this working, I'm done. That's on him. But I do think if you're both in a place of like, okay, like let's go into this open-minded and see how this can pan out. Can he come visit you? Can you come home? What does the next 6 to 12 months look like? Even the first 6 months, like what does that look like? If you get over there and you're literally living your best life and you're like, I actually don't want to come home or whatever it is that happens over there, I think you just need to go into it with an open mind because firstly, you've made the biggest decision and you've put that first step forward in going, I'm taking this opportunity, which is absolutely insane. Like congrats on the job and for making that decision for yourself. But it's a conversation of you guys now being like, okay, are we willing to give this a go? Is he completely, fully shut off and be like, nah, I'm ready for this life at home. This isn't going to work. Or are you willing to go into it together as a team and just see what happens? Because you cannot preempt what like I'm gonna put it out there, like you could go over there and meet the man of your dreams. Like it's a possibility that could happen, but I just think you need to go into this open-minded. If you're still willing to make this work, absolutely fantastic, but don't close anything off,
because you could also go over there and be like, oh, this isn't everything that I wanted. Cool, that was a great chapter, see you later, back to my normal life, you know, like kind of like what you did with Acro, right? You pretty much moved the whole year, left your whole life that you had built, and then came back and got pregnant and built the life. Like time moves so fast. And I think if you're not taking this, obviously you are taking this opportunity, but you would hold so much resentment for the rest of your life, and that would be a constant issue. You can either grow together or one person grows and one person gets left behind. So I'm so proud that you're able to take that step to have an amazing life. And he also might get some inspiration from this and be like, wow, she's really going after her dreams, not letting anything stop her. Like, what should I do in the meantime?
Or he might come over there and visit you and go, fuck, I want to live here too.
Yeah.
And then move with you. Like, you just never know what's going to happen. I think if your relationship is good enough to try and make it work, give it a go.
You're also so young. 20? I was not
No,
well
I was
at
not
20.
well.
Not well. And I'm 26, about to turn 27. Like, holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
that sounds
crazy.
horrible.
That sounds disgusting. But I'm like, I did not have my life sorted when I was 20 years old.
God, no.
No, I'm just starting to set, like 26 was my year that I settled down. I'm like, no.
Yeah, I
We're
feel
not
like,
settling yet.
yeah, 25.
You have so much life to live. The amount of lessons I learned from 20 to 25 was insane. They always say like 18 to 21. No, I was the same person. 21 to 25, your whole entire life changes. So just putting that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps.
Yeah.
Really still want to know where you're going and
Yeah,
what you're
I
doing.
know.
But so slay for you. All right, final voicey.
Hi, Tori and Lily. First of all, big fans. My name's Chrissy, and I just wanted to get some advice on basically putting on weight for someone that's, like, I've personally been quite skinny most of my life, and it's gotten to a point where it's borderline unhealthy. I think anxiety and stress may contribute a little bit to that, but yeah, just wanted to get some advice as to how I should really tackle this weight gain journey, I guess. Thank you.
Such a great question
This is
because
one
we
of-
haven't really had a health and fitness one.
No. So yeah, this is one of my favorite questions. Okay.
Go ahead.
Number one, I think the number one most important thing is like get a coach to help support you through the journey, because if you're doing it yourself, it's so easy to just fall back into like your old habits, the way of thinking. You're not educating, not doing it properly. So that's just going to be my first recommendation. If you don't do that, I actually know a person, so like do that. Message me. I can help.
I was like, do you mean you as a coach?
Okay. The biggest thing here that I want you to focus on is doing it small increment steps, right? We're not going from 0 to 100. We're not all of a sudden shoving our face with like over 2,000 calories per day, because by the sounds of it, you're eating under that. So we're going to do like literally 50 cal increases every week or every fortnight. I'm talking minute, especially if you struggled for the years. I would normally recommend in a reverse 100, 150 calories, but let's start with 50 to 80. Do it very minute. Just focus on increasing carbs. Like,
and
that's
what's
all I
that
want you to
like?
do.
A little bit of extra avocado or a little bit of extra?
Literally.
Yeah.
It's crazy how I'm talking 10 grams of peanut butter extra a week.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking. It's hardly anything. So very small, and over time it'll build up and your metabolism and your body adapts to it. Start to focus on how you are feeling and your performance. Don't get attached to like the scale, how you're looking. Get rid of the scale. Don't worry about that at the moment. Focus on how you're feeling, because the more energy that you consume, the more you obviously have. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm waking up in the morning. I'm not as tired. I don't have to have as much caffeine. I can hold a conversation a lot more. My jeans are doing up properly. They're not falling off me. Like, focus on those little wins throughout your journey, and that is going to give you more motivation than constantly just going back to, I've always been the skinny small person, like that's what I'm known as, I'm just going to stay that way. Like, if you're kind of getting to a point now where you're like, okay, something actually has to change, put these small steps in place, focus on how you feel and your performance, and that's going to help you so much.
And I think like going back to the couple episodes ago of identity, it's like detaching your identity, if that you have attached it to being that skinny girl that everyone knows you as. It's like, I'm not that girl. I'm ready to be like the healthiest, happiest version of me. And that could be 3, 4, 5, 6 kilos heavier. But when you get there, you're probably like, why didn't I do this so long ago?
Yeah.
Because I just feel so much better in myself. You can train more. You feel just better in a day-to-day basis. You're not crashing out at 2 p.m. It's like, there are so many benefits to this. And the first incredible step you've made is acknowledging where you're at. And that is just a massive step in itself. So being able to be like, okay, I'm in this place now, committing to yourself, I agree. Getting a coach in this phase is 100%, 1000% necessary, because it will be challenging. It's not easy for anyone to gain weight. So I think when you know you're doing it for all the right reasons, you're still training and doing it the right way. It's not just binging or eating the wrong things. you can do it in a really incredible way. And I've seen so many transformations where they're like heavier in the second photo, but just look so much more incredible, healthy. They're glowing, like their skin looks better.
Yeah.
Like it's just amazing what can happen. And I think if you can, like Lil said, get rid of the scales.
Yeah.
Do not focus on that whatsoever and start focusing on the feeling around it.
Yeah. I was going to say something so important off the back of that. A healthy body looks more feminine, right, as well. Like when I'm in prep at my leanest and honestly most unhealthy version of myself, I look like a 12-year-old child. Like I want to feel confident.
Yeah.
I want to feel feminine and powerful. And for me, that is having a little bit of extra boobs, a little bit more glutes, even like a little bit more like weight around my midsection, things like that. Like that looks like a female body, not just some tiny little stick figure. I'm like, no, that doesn't make me feel confident. When you start to eat more, you're actually going to find that your confidence is going to build and you just feel so much better within because your hormones start to balance out. So again, you feel more feminine and focusing on things like that. But small little steps, and you know that you need to create the change, and nothing's going to change right now unless you take that first step.
Yeah. And like Lil said, reach out to her if you need some help. She's an amazing coach.
Yep.
And like, yeah, our DM's always open if you just need to have a chat about it. But good on you for like making that first step.
Absolutely.
That is Girl Club for the day. Loved your questions.
Yeah.
Remember, you guys can go onto our website and submit a voice note if you want to, and we'll play that.
Yep.
Or you can just email us your questions and we'll get back to you in the next Girl Club episode.
They always say anonymous as well, so don't be
Unless
scared.
you don't want it to. Chrissy said her name, so that's
True.
safe. But otherwise, we keep them anonymous. And we do also do like on our stories every now and then, like the NGL links where it is completely anonymous. We can't see you at all. But thank you so much for listening. This Thursday, you'll hear from myself and Sophie Jane in the Skins series. But love you guys so much. Don't forget our events.
We'll see you on Saturday.
Yes.
And then we'll see you in a few weeks in Sydney.
Yes. I'm so excited. Love you guys.
Bye.